sound. Go ahead. Just keep going.
And now it's a caver ball. Shelby Jones passing it in straight to Dominica Montez. Olivia Tucci with the bunt. Nicole Mitchell recovers the ball. Passes it to Samantha Durst. But that ball will go out. This is goalie Sabine Knott about to kick off for the Vikings. And she bunts it straight. Oh, Kylie Jones with the header. Number 8, Dominica Montez. But the ball is recovered by goalie Sabine Knott once again. She'll kick the ball, and Reese Palmer will head it straight up to Leah Guile. Leah Guile loses the ball to a Viking. Vikings pass it up, recovered by Reese Palmer, who bunts it out. A Viking ball. It looks like number 11, Amelia Tomasulo, will be throwing in from around the 40-yard line. 45-yard line. She throws in. Oh, Shelby Jones, excuse me. Passes it to Olivia to Nicole Mitchell. Nicole out dribbles her opponent. Forward passes. It looks like it might be a little too long. And number 16 for the Vikings is able to get that ball out. Shelby Jones is getting the ball. Looks like she'll be throwing it in. Very close to the goal. Let's see if the Cavers can make it. She throws it in. And it looks like the Vikings have it. Nicole Mitchell is putting up a fight, manages to get it back to Leah Guile, who shoots, and it is recovered by goalie Sabine Knott. Sabine Knott getting ready to kick off. Caitlin Jones recovers the ball, and it goes up. Looks like Nicole Mitchell heads it. Reese Palmer with the ball. Now to number 5, can't be 5, 8, Dominica Montez. Had it for a second. Kylie Jones has the ball now. Passes it to Esther Curtis in the midfield, who loses the ball to the Vikings. Number 8, Louisa Lampkin. Reese Palmer almost getting the ball there, putting up quite a ferocious fight. Esther Curtis trying to recover the ball, manages to get around her opponent, passes it upfield. And Dominica Montez has the ball now. Passes it up, but it looks like it'll be recovered by number 16 for the Vikings, Ella Stevens. Shelby Jones running back up to get the ball and throw it in. She throws it into Dominica, passes back to Shelby, who crosses and it goes out. Looks like a goal kick to me. Yep, that is number, I want to say, Louisa Lampkin, number 8 for the Vikings, taking the goal kick. Kicks it up. That ball will be buffed by Olivia Tucci. Back to Louisa Lampkin, who passes it downfield. Caitlin Jones. Now Reese Palmer seems to have the ball. Bunts it up and over. Reese Palmer loses the ball to number 8 for the Vikings, but she seems to be, oh, almost got it back. Vikings pass to Leah Guile, who passes it up to Dominica Montez, who's dribbling up the field, but seems to be faced with, seems to have gone out on the Vikings. Shelby Jones running back up the field to make another throw-in. Interesting lineup. Shelby Jones with the throw-in, passes to Olivia Tucci, and that ball will go out again on Viking number 8. Shelby Jones will throw it in straight to Olivia Tucci, who passes back to Jones. Jones dribbles, crosses. The ball will then be tipped off of a Viking, recovered by caver number 14, Samantha Durst. But that ball will go out on the Vikings. Ball is back in play. Reese Palmer with the header up the field. Number 3 for the Vikings, Eva Crudo, will cross to number 11. Leah Guy will out-dribble her, take the ball, and pass to Nicole Mitchell in the midfield. Nicole Mitchell will pass back up to Leah Guile, but the ball will go out of bounds. Looks like number 6, Gloria Devitt, will be taking the throw. Nope, never mind. That will be number 14. She'll throw in, and the ball will be rebuffed by Reese Palmer and go out again. The ball will get thrown in again by the Vikings, and Nicole Mitchell will recover it and pass up to Leah Guile, who's running down the field. Leah Guile out-dribbles and passes up to Shelby Jones, who, unfortunately, the ball is taken by Amelia Tomasulo from the Vikings. The ball will go out on the Cavers, and looks like another Viking throw-in. Viking ball, number 11, Amelia Tomasula with the throw-in, but she will kick it out of bounds after throwing it in and it getting returned to her, and now Shelby Jones is back with the throw-in. Shelby Jones will throw the ball to Olivia Tucci, who will try to pass back to Shelby Jones, and the ball will go out of bounds. It's number 11, Amelia Tomasula, with the throw-in again from the Vikings. Lots of back and forth action at the moment. She will throw in, and Nicole Mitchell will recover the ball, and it looks like there's a foul. Oh, I think the ball went out of bounds actually. It'll be throw in by the Vikings, who will end up kicking it down the field, and Caitlin Jones will bunt it out. Shelby Jones with the ball now, fighting for control. Now we have Viking number 25 running down the field, yet Nicole Mitchell will kick out the ball out of bounds. Thank you guys for having me. It's now time for me to pass you back to my good friend Will Hogue.
Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed. That was my friend Audrey Hanna, one of the fellow managers here at San Diego High School. Here at GK Sports, we really appreciate getting like a ton of different voices in the booth. Really lets you know how the fans are feeling about the game. Anyway, pretty steadfast as far as the play has gone so far. as we prepare to see a free kick by number 15, Ramirez, for La Jolla High School. She'll gear up. She kicks it out. Trying to hit number 25, Kate Alexander, for La Jolla High School. She'll miss, however, and Pilar Vongo will reset this Caver offense. Trying to get some speed going here. As Pilar gets the ball, we'd like to thank our sponsor here at GK Sport, the Dental Arts of Palm Avenue. They are our sponsor for this game tonight. They have affordable prices for your entire family. Insurance is accepted. It's located across Montgomery High School in the South Bay. You can check dentalartsofpalmavenue.com. They are the ones bringing you this game. So Pilar will reset the offense here and restart the offense here. It's important to note that one of the team captains of this Caver team, Mara Hyde, will be on the is currently on the bench. Had some thigh problems earlier. Same thing with our other captain, Emma Easton. However, she looks like she's getting ready to go out. So freshman Samantha Durst now will have the ball at the side of this Caver offense. High kicks it in. They'll be swarmed by Caver defenders, however. It'll be sent back out to the midfield. Oh, bounce around between people. It looks like Olivia Tucci got hit right in the eye there. She's still hunched over. Play continues, however. And the ball will roll out. It will be called a La Jolla High School possession as Olivia Tucci now goes to the sideline. We're wishing her the best, and Mara Hyde now will have to come out from the bench. They're trying to get in some load management, however, I guess Coach Steve Lincoln doesn't really like the way this offense is being run. Mara Hyde is really kind of the cornerstone. They do run most of their sets through her as far as an offense. Ball is thrown in now. And it'll go straight off the head of Leah Guile back out of bounds. Number 11, Tomasulo, will now take it back in. Tomasulo puts it in play. It will now roll down that sideline a little and be headed out by Reese Palmer. They throw it in. That'll be Nicole Mitchell now kicking it out, and we'll have yet again another La Jolla High School throw-in. La Jolla High School here, a little back and forth. Just trying to put it in play now. Tomasulo yet again with another throw-in. She'll try to get that one to number 6, Devitt. However, she will be stopped by Mitchell. As no foul is called, it will go to Pilar Vongo to reset this offense. Pilar was another one of these players that was on load management last game. Gave an opportunity for junior Alex Osuna to start. If you guys were here for our last game, she did a pretty good one. Got a couple of key blocks there in that moment. Did well. Pilar kicks it straight to number 13 for La Jolla High School. They'll continue to try to work it in. I believe an offsides will be called on La Jolla High School. And Pilar will set up the Cavers for another run at this goal. Gets a dart. We'll go straight back into this defense. Really high and out there. The ball will roll out. They get it in this time. Bit of a back and forth. Reese Palmer, I'm sorry, I believe is the one who was able to save that. Shelby Jones is now talking to the ref. There's a lot of back and forth there following that throw-in, so we don't really know what specifically they'll be talking about. Pilar looking at Mara, trying to get open. She instead chooses to go to Guile. She'll sail it over her head and it will go out of bounds. Yet another La Jolla High School throw-in. Throw-in taken by Leah Guile. Sent back. Mara Hyde was waiting for it. However, La Jolla High will take it anyway. They work it to 13. Swedson. However, her pass is intercepted by Durst, who now has 3 defenders on him. Tries to get it through to Mika. That will be unsuccessful. Bounce to Kylie Jones, who's got an open ball on the side. Attempting to get open. Gets it to Hyde. Hyde has 2 defenders on her. She's working her way open anyway. It's now 3. Dribbles through 2. Try to hit it to D'Amica. Was a little bit too far to the right. La Jolla High will just shoot it right back out to the midfield. Durst now ready to put it back in play. Sends it to Hyde. Hyde now working the field. Gives it to Durst. Really will send it out. Jones will get up there to head it. Try to get it to Mitchell. Hits out of bounds. However, it touches one of the La Jolla High midfielders on the way out. So it will continue to be a San Diego High ball. And Durst now gets the throw in. Hits Mara Hyde. Hyde now has 4 defenders on her. It seems like La Jolla's plan is to trap Hyde. They will be successful that time. However, Mitchell gets it off of a defender. She will lose the possession to number 8, Lampkin. And now La Jolla High is back in action until Shelby Jones now is fighting with Tomasulo. Tomasulo looks like she has the clear possession. She gets it past Palmer. Jones with the amazing slide to stop Tomasulo from trying to get close to the goal. It will go out and they'll call it a La Jolla High ball. Ball goes in. Mitchell sends it up. Up again. Back and forth going on. We'll roll out about. They'll call it out on Durst. La Jolla now has another chance to score. They'll try to work it open. Jones showing off the speed, following number 12 of La Jolla High offense, not letting her get close to that goal. I touched on this a little during the High-Tech High game earlier in the season, but San Diego High has 2 all C.I.F defenders on their team. Really one of the cornerstones of how they play. With the quality defenders in the back, they try to run it through Hyde. We're going to see if that works today. La Jolla High will now have the corner. Sends it up. Caver Wall will block it down. They'll send it in. And La Jolla will have had a few good shots on offense. Nothing to come out of it though, points-wise. Seem to have a shoe tying incident. Lincoln will use this to take Esther Curtis, Shelby Jones off the field in favor of Kinsey Easton and Maddie St. Agatha for the Cavers. With Shelby going out, they'll move Kylie Jones slightly further back for defense. They have St. Agatha on strike. Durst will get a piece of it. Jones will send it to the midfield. Caitlin Jones now try to get in the game. Will lose the ball. La Jolla has it. They could not keep possession, however, as it drifts out of bounds. Back to being a Caver ball. We're here at the 7-minute mark. Not a lot of offensive play by either of these teams, although the ball has spent most of its half on this Caver side of the field. The Caver defense have held strong, however. Kylie Jones with the ball in her hands. Places it right at the feet of Mara Hyde. Ooh. Number 4 for La Jolla will get under. Number 4, Dyer. Almost had the shot on goal. Goes off that top bar and lands right into the hands of Vongo. And she'll restart this offense. Reset this offense. Sends it deep, trying to get it to Montez. Couple back and forth. They're trying to get it to Guy. Guy will try to get it to Montez unsuccessfully. For a bit of back and forth, it goes back to being La Jolla High School ball. Back and forth. Still rule the high school ball. Ladies and gentlemen, something we really need to consider here is that both of these teams are coming off back-to-back games, being that this is a tournament. Really puts a strain as far as the stamina that goes of these players. A lot of these Lady Cavers fighting through cramps and injuries and bruises and such. The past 2 games. I will try to work it up. Pilar will stop the play, however, and get ready to set up this Caver offense. She'll send it out of bounds, however. La Jolla High will instantly get the ball back. Ball's back in play now. La Jolla cannot get steady control of it. Jones gives it to Hyde, and Hyde gives it to Kylie Jones. Kylie Jones gives it to Caitlin Jones. Gives it to Hyde. Hyde works it to Mitchell. Mitchell gets a through ball to Montez. Montez is now one-on-one with the goalie. She works it up. Oh, and the goalie will kick it out only sideways. St. Agatha has a chance with it. She'll take it out of the corner. She keeps it in, and she'll trip. And La Jolla High will send it out. Real chance there. Sabine Knott was the one for the goal, and La Jolla High took it out of Montez's possession. They now work it back instantly. Mara High tries to get a crossover. It will bounce to Mitchell. And the defense will block it, and it rolls out of bounds, and they call it La Jolla ball. Tomasula will throw it in yet again. A little back and forth. Mitchell will boot it out. And La Jolla trying to get it in. Won't make it. Not call it care of ball at midfield. Kinsey Easton now. Responsible for the throw-in. Lines up at the side. Trying to play it to Montez. It'll go straight to La Jolla's defense. And number 12 for La Jolla sends it straight out. Caitlin Jones will be the first one to get to it. Pilar now gets it straight to Guile, right in the stomach. Gets it to Kinsey Easton, trying to get a through ball to Montez. Montez sees Hyde. A little too much power there on that kick. Can't get it right to her. Agatha works relentlessly to get it back. Mitchell plays it to Leah. And Leah Guile will kick it off to the fender. And it'll be a carrier corner. They retrieve the ball and give it to Guile. Leah Guile, usually responsible for most of the corners for this Caver team. Scouting the field. Tries to get it to Mitchell. And it will bounce right to D'Amica Montez, who will get the easy shot on goal. It's her second goal of the season. D'Amica Montez nicely plays it in. Off the corner of Leah Guile. Just in the nick of time as we are in extra time here. And just like that, the half is over. Really makes you appreciate how fast Montez got that in. The score will be San Diego High School 1, La Jolla High 0.
doing a great job in that first half. Should be an interesting second half right here at Balboa Stadium. The La Jolla Vikings, and left to right are the Cabers of San Diego. Shift colors for all you sailors out there, past and present. We're underway. Vikings with possession. Down 1-0, giving up a late goal. Box. And being able to find where that soccer ball was Montes, and putting it into the back of the net for the 1-0 lead. You probably hear my voice on the Foothiller games. We do their games as well. The only two girls varsity soccer games that we do. And we hope to do more. Here's a throw-in on the near side for the Vikings. It's out of play, touched out by the Cabers. Tomasulo will throw it in. Intercepted nicely in the back. Out of play. Vikings will throw it in. A foul on the play. It'll be a free kick with the Cabers. Caitlin Jones throwing it in, or with the free kick. Jones serves it. Bevy of players waiting at the top of the area. Intercepted. Jones works it into her sister Shelby Jones, not able to handle it on the near side to throw in by the Vikings. Nice intercepted that time by Easton. Jones trying to get to it, cannot. Way too far in front of her. So it'll be a throw in for the Vikings. In this 1-0 affair in favor of the home team of San Diego High School, the Cabers. Over the Vikings, who had to play a game yesterday. So this is back-to-back matches for them in this holiday tournament. And they lost to the team that the Cabers beat on Monday, and that's Francis Parker. And that game was in PKs. Good hustling to keep it in that time was Jones. That's Kylie Jones. Near side for the Vikings, and this one's going to roll out of play. So it'll be a throw-in for San Diego High School. Pablo Espinal along with Rebecca Warden bringing you the two-camera operation today. Hopefully you're enjoying that. And I believe it's the first time we've ever done it on the live stream. And we'll have more features for you like this moving forward. And also the instant replay. So if somebody scores again, have that instant replay for you, and that's never been done on the live stream for GK Sports. We're at the game. Hyde, who probably might not have played had it not been an important game in this tournament, might have sat out. or at least not played as much as she has up to this point. But obviously told coach she feels pretty good, and she's in this match. The throw in for the Vikings out of their own defensive third. That is a nice stadium that they have. You can see it on our GK Sports YouTube channel. Nomads Thanksgiving tournament match that we did up there. Yes, that was at La Jolla Stadium up there, home of the Vikings. On the near side, it goes out of play, and it'll be a throw-in now. Get a good look in the second camera there of Amelia Tomasulo. Pass. Not controlled by the Vikings, so it's going to be a throw-in now for the Cabers. Kenzie Easton, throw it in. Jones tries to get to it. She was kind of tripped up there. We'll pursue it from the back. Vikings want to do something in the area, and nicely getting to that soccer ball very quickly that time was Reese Palmer. So the Vikings will have the throw in. In the space, they can't control it. So sent upfield. Philippe in the space. And a foul on Evelyn. Nicely done that time by Caitlin Jones. Easton. Near side for Shelby. Shelby's pass is intercepted. Intercepted that time by Tomasulo. Every time it goes out on a running clock, and again, in this tournament it's 35-minute halves, so still a lot of time that the Vikings have to work with, but every time it goes out, it works in the favor of the Cabers. Amelia, which way will she go? Straight forward. Her teammate cannot control it, and there's a foul into space. So Mara Hyde sets it up for her teammate for a free kick. Caitlin Jones will take the free kick right at midfield. Trying to get a ball in the area, could not. And Caitlin Jones sends it back to her keeper. Near side. Jones. Marked on the near side by Bark, and it is out of play. Bark doing her job that time. So the goal kick coming up now. Get a good look at the full moon here. Kind of creeped up from the other side of the freeway over the time this evening. Dry the bulk of this week. Possibly a little bit of rain towards the end of the week. Goes out of play. And it'll be a throw-in for the Vikings. Tomasulo. Forward to Easton. Easton still, and that's actually, Hyde was on the ground with that one. Kylie Jones pursuing it out of play. It'll be a throw-in now for the Cabers. The one-stop shop is at gksports.org. That's all our social media pages. Want to take a look at that at the top. The Facebook gives you what's going on in the world of sports, from high school all the way up to the pros, overseas. That big international golf tournament that's going on. Everything that's going on in the world of sports on the Facebook page. So you want to like us on Facebook, and of course, take a look at the pictures on the gram. Join the conversation on Twitter. Strike a little bit way too high for that one to have any kind of danger from Longo. So Pilar will set it up on the restart here. Drives it right to her teammate. That's Mara Hyde. Tomasulo on the near side, being bothered, has to retreat back as Guile puts pressure on her. And it's going to work against Tomasulo. Easton retrieves it and will throw it in. Now here's Hyde now. Time and space. Puts it to the near side to Guile. Guile, good controlling the soccer ball. Over to Hyde now. Hyde will control it as well. And will try and find a spot to hit it into the back of the net. That time blocked away, but the Cabers still have it. Outside the 18, and it is knocked out of play. They had a little pressure, and that's what they want to continue to do here in the second half, as their defenders were under pressure in the first half a lot. It's kind of changed around where the Cabers are putting the Vikings under pressure here in the second half. Sent out of play. It'll be a throw-in. The team in blue, the home team, with the white numbers. The Cabers playing here at Balboa Stadium. Embroiled in a good season again. Won the C.I.F. Division III last year. Moved up to Division II. And so far, not a problem. Haven't played the Vikings in many, many years. Of course, the Vikings were Division I last year. And they got moved down to Division II. Of course, Grossmont, a Division II team from last year. Vikings on the near side. Tomasulo being pressured, and it is out of play. But it's going to be a foul, and it'll be a free kick now for the Vikings. DeVitt sends it to a number of her teammates, and to Karam, no problem from Ongo. .50 ball. Guile cannot control it. It's out of play, so Tomasulo will throw it in. Handball on the play. It'll be a free kick for the Cabers. Caitlin Jones taking the free kick. Jones drives it and it's intercepted. Doesn't get to her teammate, but then she had her teammate back it up. And now we'll pursue it and give it back to Pilar. Hyde can't control it there, so the Vikings win possession. But now they give it away. Back to Hyde now. Sends it off the right shoulder for Guile. And it's sent out of play. Just trying to protect in the space that time was Sienna Delgadillo. Esther Curtis is into the match now. As coming out of the match is Durst. Samantha gets a breather. Mitchell. Hyde plays it out wide now in the area. This is danger, and it's behind frame that time. A little bit more pressure in this particular sequence on the Vikings. If you're the Vikings, you don't want one to go into the back of the net at this point. You have to stay close, down by a goal. Or things could get real dicey for you. A 35-minute half. Jones tried to get it, was Hyde, could not. It resulted in a foul, and it'll be a free kick for the Vikings. Hit very hard, but intercepted by the Cabers, but they do get another strike. Down the left flank they'll go. Agathy was trying to continue on, but could not. The substitution on the far side. A couple of substitutions. We'll mention them as they touch that soccer ball on the pitch. Don't actually see the number that comes in. The Cabers trying to keep that possession, and now they have it again. Cole Mitchell plays a beautiful ball into the area now. Set up for Hyde, but then they dispossess her at the last moment. But here's a second ball. This is going to be tough, and she makes a save. So Breen not making the save, staying with the soccer ball, showing she has the soft hands as keeper. Upfield for the Vikings. See the score in your left-hand corner. So we'll turn into a second copy, the highlights, instant replays and stuff. This one's hit hard now. Knott has to go get it, and will be able to do so. It went off of her knee that time and then caromed off to her right. And she had to shuffle over there quickly to go get to that soccer ball. Guile keeps it in, nicely done, but the Vikings take advantage of it. But now they give it away. Curtis, pass intercepted. They have possession, weaving their way through the midfield area now and toward the attacking third. Do the Vikings on the near side. La Jolla trying to continue possession down the left flank, and it's out of play. Touchdown by the Vikings. Allegra Bark wasn't able to keep that one in. Addison Dutton will throw it in. Intercepted by the Cabers, and they will go upfield. Stretch them back into their own half of the field. They don't really have to score. All they have to do is continue to eat up time off the clock. Make them play in their own defensive half. If you are on the side of the Cabers and you want them to try to get a victory out of this match, if you're La Jolla, you've got to find a way to put some more pressure on the Cabers like you did in the first half. And so far in the second, that is not happening. As I've said many times, as it's kind of nicked up there for a moment, was Guile. But Leah's back up. I'm going to take the free kick. That it can be a tale of two halves to finish the thought. Off of a bounce now. Here's a shot. It's a tough one. And it's over the top. It hit the crossbar that time. Kenzie Easton trying to get that one to dip down. It didn't do it that time. Was that instant replay? After the restart, now the Vikings at midfield want to play with some pace down the right flank, and simply getting over there and making a good solid play was Caitlin Jones. Allegra Bark throws it in now. Mara Hyde now runs onto it, plays it upfield a little bit, but it's intercepted. The back line being pressured, but they're able to make the play. Send it across midfield to stretch out the back line of the Vikings. Dutton will throw it in now. Intercepted by Mara Hyde. Dutton will throw it in again. Played in some space for plenty of time and space now, with the Vikings on control now. As Bark trying to weave her way in, and she got dispossessed. And it's going to be a foul against the Vikings now, and it's going to be a free kick for the Cabers. Enjoying the 1-0 lead, and time running down in this match. Stadium clock, about 10.5 minutes left to go in the match. As you know, the center ref, in normal circumstances, has the time. in this tandem scenario, one of the two has the time. Don't know which one has it. Maybe the near side one. Early ball now. Leah Guile trying to run onto it. Can't quite get to it. Had too much pace on it that time. Sent out of play. But nevertheless, they get to stretch the field now and play in the defensive half of the Vikings. You know our sponsors, Dental Arts of Palm Avenue. They got affordable prices over there for the entire family. Of course, insurance is always accepted. They're located across from Montgomery High School and that strip mall over there. They're going to have a big tournament there starting the first week of January. It's dentalartsofpalmave.com. Check them out online, dentalartsofpalmave.com. Nice save made by Knott on a good hard shot. Just want to keep her honest. If you can put it back in the net, if you're the Cabers, you want to do that. But if not, since you have the 1-0 lead, you want to continue to pressure. The Vikings have to keep that pressure off their defenders and try to get something going. But in the world of soccer or football, the ball with the geometric designs of the world's most famous sport, you can get a ball into the back of the net and don't really have to have much possession time with it. And obviously they'll take that too, the Vikings. Over to Hyde. Sent to the center of the field. Bark and company, here they come now. They play it out to the right back area. With the Cabers making the play, sending it upfield. And they have possession with it. Leah Guile now will throw it in, or she'll leave it for her teammate to throw it in. And that's Kenzie Easton getting it in the field of play, the pitch, if you will. Curtis try to get possession, could not. Dyer now for the Vikings. Bark changes her direction. But it's intercepted by the Cabers. Strong all over the field. Just about every game they play. They've had a little bit more rest than the Vikings. Vikings, as I mentioned, played back-to-back games. So getting that goal at the end of the first half was tantamount because of the fact that the Vikings, who had to play yesterday, it was going to be hard pressed for them to deal with the second half with a lot of energy. They're trying to do the best they can in a physical match against Francis Parker. 3 penalty kicks in that game. About 6.5, a little more than 6.5 left to play in this match. Substitution now coming in. That's Tinsley coming into the match. Number 19 for the Cabers. Savannah, the junior. On the other side, Vikings getting a player in as well, and that's Kate Alexander, number 25 in white. Good handling the soccer ball. But Tinsley now, who just came to the game, had to deal with that one. This one's going to be tough. And it's into the back of the net. Goal! Go, 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 goal!
One more, White, one more.
I know, there was an offsides call.
No, never mind. Never mind.
Does not count. That goal does not count. So it is still 1-0. Correction on that one. In the central. Intercepted by DeVitt. And then now the Cavers have it. Knew there was something wrong with that goal at the last moment when I did not see the center ref point to the center of the field. So I'm sorry to you Viking fans. Might be watching this match. Let us know where have you been watching this match at. Hopefully you already have and you still can. We got a few minutes left. We appreciate all those who have done that in the various games that we've live streamed, supporting their team or their club. And that's going to turn into a foul against the Cavers now and a free kick for the Vikings. DeVitt will take the free kick. Dyer. Her teammate let it go through, and now the Cavers have it. It's not what you want to do this late in the match. You got to keep possession. Ramirez, Itchell, and then it's out of play. But it was off the Cavers. It's throwing now for the Vikings. Down still 1-0 in the slim lead that the Cavers have, trying to ride it in for a victory and get out of bracket play. The key games towards this weekend to try to win this tournament. They gave up a late goal in the last game against Bonita Vista. It ended up being a draw. This one could be tough, but it's not accurate enough. It looked like it could be strong enough, but it was not, and neither was it accurate that time. And you're the Vikings, you can't have that at this point. You got to put Mongo under pressure, Pilar. Good, strong strikes towards the net. Make her have to make decisions as a keeper to try to keep it out of the back of the net. Sent back to Mongo. Pilar, and it went off of Kate Alexander there momentarily. Not enough. Smart play, though. Delgadillo. Or no, that's correction on that. That's Curtis. Or rather, Easton, I should say. That's Guile now, but they were offsides. Addison Dutton now with the free kick. She'll drop it back to her teammate. Down the near side. It's deflected. Right to the central. Caitlin Jones handling it, sending it all the way down to Knott. The clock is stopped here at Balboa Stadium. Just a couple minutes left to go in the match. Less than a couple minutes now. The Cavers have possession in their own defensive third. They get it towards midfield, and it's out of play now, and it'll be a throw-in for the Vikings. Just got to play good defense at this point. Then the Vikings have to pressure with everything they have. Try to get the good strike. The ball is out of play, and it'll be a throw-in now as they lose possession, La Jolla. And it'll be a throw-in for San Diego High School. Hensley, the throw-in. Clipping Nicole Mitchell. Results in a free kick for the Cavers. 1-0. trying to log another victory early in the season. For San Diego High School, playing in their home field. Had a lot of home games to start off the year. You want to take advantage of them by getting victories or no less than a draw. And that's exactly what has been the case. Bodes well for when you have to play a lot of games on the road the rest of the season. Because you know what you have. You know what you can do. Here's Hyde now, and we know what you can do if you're a Caber. Saved by not, but that was going to be offsides even if it was put into the back of the net. But it ate up time, that rush up the field. And time is not the friend of the team in white, the Vikings of La Jolla. And that's the end of the match. The San Diego High School Cabers win again. 1-0 this week. Out of the 3 games they've played, a draw and 2 victories. And this one, a tough one because they played a team that was a Division I team from last year and a team that just played yesterday, but just had so much time in the first half in the defensive half of the Cabers, but could not convert. And the Cabers getting the goal by Dominica Montes with just about a minute left to go in the first half. That would be the 34th minute, and they get the victory tonight. We hope you enjoyed the match from Balboa Stadium, right next to the S-Curve, downtown San Diego. For Will Hogue, who had his friend and Audrey Hanna do a lot of the announcing in the first half as he did the other part of it, and you hear him on practically the whole game. A camerawoman, Rebecca Warden, who does most of the Caber work, and the man who works with me on the Grossmont account, Pablo Espinal. Remember, we have the one-stop shop, and that is gksports.org. All you got to do is scroll up to the top of the page and take a look at the different websites that are there. Instagram, of course, take a look at the pictures. It's Twitter, join the conversation. Facebook, of course, all the updates that we do with sports from high school all the way to the pros, and the whole 9 yards up there. So just take a look at that. And, of course, you can see the games as well on that website. It's gksports.org. I'm Greg K. Porter saying take care of yourself. Be kind to each other as always. And try to get some rest during this holiday season. So long from Balboa Stadium on the campus of San Diego High School. 1-0, the Cabers over the La Jolla Vikings. That's it.
That's how